In April 2022, in Turkey, Russians were in the first place in buying real estate among non-residents of the country, according to the Turkish Institute of Statistics. Since the beginning of a full-scale war in Ukraine, Russians have bought 34 apartments per day.
We sold every fifth house to the Russians. We have taken the lead from countries such as the United Arab Emirates, Thailand, Montenegro and Greece. We have become the country where Russians buy the most. Omar Faruk Akbal, chairman of the board of directors of the Turkish Association for the Promotion of Real Estate Abroad, Jidger, from the newspaper Dunya.
Russians also actively bought real estate in the United Arab Emirates. In addition, housing demand has increased in Georgia, Montenegro, Thailand and Bulgaria.
Russia no longer has a future. Staying there is dangerous not only for the psyche. So we urgently packed our belongings and left. Parents supported our decision. They are sane, not zombies, so they helped with money and everything they could. Denis, resident of Krasnoyarsk, in an interview with Siberia Realities.
According to Intermark Real Estate, since February 2022, the United Arab Emirates has become the second most popular country for Russians to buy real estate abroad after Turkey. This country accounts for 17% of transactions. Demand for real estate in Dubai in January-June of this year grew 4 times.
The number of buyers from Russia in the last year has increased manifold, so all the real estate agencies left out of work in Moscow are also rushing to sell Dubai. Even the most illiquid properties are selling well. Super budget options no longer exist. The price of small studios at the stage of construction start at $150,000. Demand fuels the ability to take the local mortgage and ease of registration of residency visas. And for Russians who bought property worth $205,000, available long-term golden visa. The average budget of our buyers is $300,000 to $600,000. Daria Anisimova, realtor, in an interview with Siberia Realities.
Thailand closes the top 3. Here, the demand for real estate in the second quarter of last year from the Russians increased by 90%. To leave Russia, this is one way not to fall under the so-called partial mobilization announced by the president of Russia. And it is also a chance not to be repressed for an anti-war position, experts say.
И вы знаете, есть масса всяких.
You know, there are all sorts of exotic options when, for example, people change the region. Someone even goes to the forests, but basically this is such an unkind old method in Russia. It is still used. This is the provisions of bribes in order to simply ensure that people go there, don't get in. And to be honest, I think that I'm against bribes. But in this case, I think that it is better to give a bribe than to become a murderer.
According to The Times, a new wave of mobilization in Russia can be expected in the near future, in which about 500,000 people are expected to be drafted, along with a new wave of emigration of Russians from the country.
Я думаю, это будет обязательно.
I think it will be necessary because it is now becoming clear to a huge number of people that this is not a special military operation. This is a real full-scale war, and the war is terribly unfair. I mean, of course, it is unfair on the part of Russia, and this is becoming clear to more and more people. The fact that people will vote what is called with their feet, it's absolutely correct, and this is a suitcase mood. It is very felt.
Although the conscription measures have been completed, the decree on the so-called partial mobilization is still in effect. Reported by Serhiy Kulas, Yulia Bil, UATV News.